Check this out. Wow.
Angel Reese experienced one of the most humiliating games of her career, and watching it was genuinely painful. She didn't just play poorly. Her performance was a complete disaster on the court.
She has her worst professional pro game.
Angel Reese had one of the most embarrassing games of her career. From sloppy turnovers to laughable mistakes and a reckless style that looked more like WWE tryouts than a WNBA matchup, she completely fell apart. She came in confident, talking big, acting like she was about to dominate, but reality hit hard. Napheesa Collier stayed focused, let her game do the talking, and gave Reese a front-row seat to her own humiliation. The highlight? Collier sealed the game with a cold-blooded, game-winning shot, leaving Reese stunned, confused, and fully exposed. All the trash talk and cheap shots went for nothing. This wasn't just a loss for Angel Reese. It was an absolute disaster. And we're about to break down every brutal moment, proving she's not as untouchable as she thinks. Before we dive in, take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. By joining the crew, you'll get the latest WNBA updates, expert takes, and in-depth breakdowns of plays just like this. Don't miss out. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's jump right in. Imagine being a basketball star, stepping onto the court confident and ready to dominate. The lights are bright, the crowd is cheering, and your team is counting on you. It's supposed to be your moment. The game is set, the stakes are high, and fans expect a memorable performance. Instead, you accidentally become the star of your own blooper reel. That's exactly what happened to Angel Reese in this unforgettable game.
Angel Reese with what looks like a very dirty move under the basket. Check this out. Wow.
Angel Reese didn't just have a bad game. She had a performance that will be remembered for all the wrong reasons. From careless turnovers to missed shots, from trash talk that completely backfired to a humiliating finish, this was one of those games fans and critics won't stop talking about anytime soon. In fact, if there were a Hall of Fame for self-inflicted sports disasters, this game might deserve its own dedicated wing just for Angel Reese.
Angel Reese was on Napheesa Collier, giving her a bunch of frustrating bumps, and at the end of the game, the Lunar Owls does come away with the dub.
Now, let's break it down. Reese stepped onto the court with all the swagger you'd expect from a star, chest out, full of confidence, ready to put on a show. She was trash-talking before the first whistle even blew, making faces, taunting opponents, and acting like she was about to deliver a career-defining performance. The energy was there, but the execution? Completely missing.
It looked very intentional, everything that is happening with the Unrivaled League, because all of this stuff transpired, like I stated, just 4 to 5 hours after it was announced that Super Nunescu was quitting the league.
It didn't take long for things to start falling apart. Right from tip-off, it was clear Reese was more focused on putting on a spectacle than actually playing winning basketball. Instead of sticking to the fundamentals, she was showing off for the cameras, launching wild shots, taking risky moves, and barking at the opposing team. Confidence, without substance, quickly turned into arrogance. Reese soon began spiraling out of control. Her bravado morphed into visible frustration, which led to recklessness. One moment she was flaunting flashy footwork. The next, she was fumbling the ball like she didn't know what to do with it. You could see it on her face. She knew the game wasn't going her way, but instead of adjusting, she doubled down on the nonsense. On a night when smart, disciplined basketball was needed, she turned the game into a personal highlight reel of what not to do on the court.
Angel Reese rebounded her own pass. Guys, I'm dead. I saw this and was like, this can't be real.
And boy, did it backfire spectacularly. With every mistake, Reese got sloppier, trying to force plays instead of letting the game come to her. Instead of proving she was the dominant force she claimed to be, she became the main attraction for all the wrong reasons. By halftime, the only ones entertained were the fans witnessing her meltdown in real time. Let's talk numbers, because they don't lie. Reese racked up 7 turnovers. Yes, 7. And these weren't minor slip-ups. These were the "did she really just do that?" moments that made fans both cringe and laugh. One of the worst came when she threw the ball straight at the backboard and then, brace yourself, rebounded her own pass. Yes, you read that right. She passed to herself. Fans watching at home could hardly believe it. This was a mistake you'd expect from a middle school player, not a professional athlete. It was as if she had an identity crisis, thinking she was playing handball instead of basketball. Then, as if trying to top herself, she followed it up with another disaster. A completely unnecessary no-look pass. The problem? There was no one there to catch it. The ball sailed out of bounds like it had somewhere better to be. Even her own teammates looked confused, wondering what she was trying to do. Maybe she thought she was auditioning for a comedy skit rather than leading her team to victory. It was like she imagined herself in a Harlem Globetrotters show, but forgot the part where you actually have to be good at the tricks.
The Lunar Owls crushed the Rose BC, and Angel, well, she did some rather interesting things on the court.
And it wasn't just those two moments. Reese made sure to add variety to her turnover showcase, dribbling straight into defenders. Check. Getting stripped because she wasn't paying attention. Check. Passing to a teammate who wasn't even looking. Double check. At one point, it almost felt like she was playing for both teams, gifting the opponents easy possessions like it was Christmas morning. It was as if she had an internal competition. How many different ways can I give the ball away? Mission accomplished. 7 turnovers in a single game is bad enough. But the way she did it? Legendary for all the wrong reasons. And turnovers weren't the only problem. Reese wasn't just giving the ball away. She was also relying on brute force over skill, turning basketball into a series of reckless plays. And that brings us to the next chapter in her night of horrors.
Angel was 8 for 16 for 17 points, 10 boards last night. 7 damn turnovers. 7. All right?
Reese was pushing, shoving, and trying to intimidate everyone around her, especially her opponent, Napheesa Collier. But Collier wasn't having any of it. While Reese played the tough girl act, Collier stayed calm, focused, and locked in on winning the game. And that's exactly what she did. It was like watching a chess master face someone who thought flipping the board was a strategy. Spoiler alert, it's not. Reese was out there throwing elbows, body-checking opponents, and making every play personal, as if basketball had turned into a boxing match. But instead of rattling Collier, it only made her more determined. Reese tried to bully her way through the game, but Collier was built for this. Calm, composed, and completely unfazed by the chaos. Meanwhile, Reese kept unraveling. She wasn't just turning the ball over, she was also taking some of the worst shots imaginable. And when I say bad, I mean high school gym teacher showing off an airball bad. She kept throwing up wild attempts, hoping anything would go in. But instead of scoring, she kept bricking shots, missing layups, and giving her opponents extra opportunities to take control. It was like watching someone play basketball with their eyes closed and praying for a miracle.
Angel Reese is the most unskilled basketball player in the history of basketball, in my opinion. She has no skills. She knows that she's not a very good basketball player.
Angel Reese came into the game full of confidence, but Napheesa Collier handed her a reality check. From missed layups to reckless turnovers and failed trash talk, Reese's performance became a public meltdown, replayed online as memes and highlight reels. Fans roasted her, and excuses flew post-game, exposing her weaknesses for all to see. The lesson? Stay humble, control your emotions, take accountability, and prepare. Otherwise, moments like this will keep repeating. Despite the embarrassment, Reese still has a chance to bounce back, but only if she learns from this disaster.